Everyone loves a good kicker. In such a man's game with incredible stakes, large risks, and high levels of respect, the kicker is the one position that seems to break all the rules. By far the most controversial position on the team, a good kicker at all times manages to be the most important player, least important player, the laziest, and the most focused player on the field. It's a hilarious conundrum. We love to hate them, we love to love them. But recently, it's come to my attention that the storied history of the NFL kicker could be in danger. In fact, recently, two events came to my attention that highlighted a need for me to put out this video. Number one, the XFL's extra point system, which eliminates the kicker from the equation entirely. There is a serious conversation to be had about the future of this position group. And two, this guy, who highlights every single reason we love kickers and want to keep them around. I know what you're thinking. 5'5", 280 pounds. I don't care if he has the boot of a giraffe and his veins are colder than the Coors Light Mountain. There's no way this guy makes the NFL. Well, to all the haters out there, all I have to say is, have you ever seen an NFL kicker before? But before we get into the meat and potatoes, please take a moment to like, subscribe, and turn notifications on for more content like this. Thanks, and without further ado, the NFL's history of hilarious kickers. Picture this. It's the 1960s. Cars were basically transformers, women used enough hairspray to literally tear a hole in the ozone layer, and NFL kickers had the choice of kicking like this or like this. In fact, calling them kickers is overselling. Until the year 1966, when the Kansas City Chiefs hired the first ever kicking specialist, Jan Stenrud, kickers were just skill position players who also happened to kick. Stenrud was a Norwegian former soccer player, so you can imagine, when he saw the way NFL kickers booted the ball, he was appalled by the form. Stenrud became one of the first NFL kickers to put an end to the hilarious form put in place by his colleagues. While his radical soccer-style kick was awkward and unnatural, it worked for him as he instantly became the best kicker in the league. But still, nothing compares to the good old-fashioned American style. Just put your foot through the pigskin and worry about the rest later. Speaking of this outdated kicking style, perhaps the most overrated football player of all time was Mark Moseley. We all have that one friend who knows all those cute little facts about sports, and if you spend enough time around them, I'm sure they'll have told you about the NFL kicker who won MVP. Yes, a kicker won MVP, and his name was Mark Moseley. And in the strike-shortened 1982 season, Moseley banged in an unprecedented 20 of 21 field goals. However, what your friend's little Sporkle quiz didn't tell them was that Mark Moseley was a one-season wonder, and besides this absurd outlier year, he was actually one of the worst kickers in NFL history, averaging a 65% completion rate throughout his career. The Washington football team hasn't seen an outlier year like that since they were actually decent in 2012. As the NFL kicker continued to evolve and America got even weirder, a new fad overtook kicking in the 80s. Barefoot kicking. Honestly, this one is just confusing. The 80s was an era of experimentation and progress, so I guess you could pass this off as stoner science, but it literally makes no sense. I mean, it hurts to watch. We all know it does nothing. Why is my main question with this one. I guess it's kind of quirky, and maybe it gives you some mental benefit, but is it really worth turning your foot into a rotten pork chop? I don't think so. Okay, back to Mandy. Let's talk whether big body kickers are a thing of the past or still belong today. The answer is both. We can't forget about legends like MVP Lou Groza or Tom Dempsey, the man with half a toe but double the heart. But we also need to acknowledge the big boys still doing it. The most recent example of this is Joey Julius, the Nittany Lion who hits like a Mack truck and kicks enough bombs to end wars against the Taliban. Although Joey quit football due to online bullying, he also paved the way in the mainstream media for big body kickers like Manny. From the good to the bad to the ugly, there's one thing all NFL kickers seemingly share, and that's personality. And some kickers just have so much personality and so much artistic fervor that they need to express themselves in the form of art. This was first seen when the Saints kicker and punter Morten Andersen and Brian Hansen dropped a single titled "Take It to the Top." While this was a banger, this wouldn't be the last song an NFL kicker would make, as current Colts kicker Rodrigo Blankenship featured in a rap song titled ATD.
It's your boy Blanco, here with Amazing Ming and Dark Side. You already know, we're coming at you with that new anthem for the new breed of dogs. Let's go.
There ain't no promise of tomorrow, so we'll give it all we got today. We know this is more than just a game, so we ATD attack the day.
Yeah, I do this for my team. Free me when we chase our dreams. All I want for me and my brothers is for us to make the league. Catch the voluntary G. I know living life ain't free. That's why I've been balling out like the scouts be watching me. Yeah, you see I am a dog. I just might break your heart. You might catch me with your girl kicking it like my name Rod. I give it all I got till 4 zeros on the clock. Yeah, we only going all like the numbers on our draft stock. Pay no mind to the ops. They too soft like Bob.
Sometimes with kickers, it feels like you get all the antics, all for them to boot a ball through 2 metal poles from 20 yards away, a feat which most soccer players could accomplish. And in these moments, the kicker position feels truly unnecessary. As a result, we get the "I could do that" kickers, who look at what kickers do and think, "I could do that." Some of the famous ones include Ndamukong Suh, Chad Ochocinco, and Odell Beckham. But of course, it's not that easy. The forgotten "I could do that" kicker was named Bob Timberlake. And like the other men, the former quarterback Timberlake's first kick was a completion. The only problem was that he proceeded to miss the next 14 kicks, finishing his career with an abysmal 6% completion percentage and the title of the worst kicker in NFL history. I guess it's harder than it looks. The modern NFL kicker is an amalgamation of all these kickers of the past. He is a lively locker room presence as well as a crucial member of the team on the field. The position has developed over the years such that the humans on the field today are optimized versions, both physically and mentally, of their predecessors. However, that's not to say kickers today fit a mold. In fact, it is valued in the kicking community to be unique and have your own personality. As long as the ball is zooming through the uprights, there are no problems. If you take anything from this video, NFL kickers come in all shapes, sizes, and personalities. So is there room for someone like Manny Higuera in the NFL today? Absolutely. But that's all for this video. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please show me some love and let me know what you think in the comments down below. And I'll see you next time on the next episode of Max Sports.
It's your boy Blanco, here with Amazing Ming and Dark Side. You already know, we're coming at you with that new anthem for the new breed of dogs. Let's go.
There ain't no promise of tomorrow, so we'll give it all we got today. We know this is more than just a game, so we ATD attack the day.
Yeah, I do this for my team. Free me when we chase our dreams. All I want for me and my brothers is for us to make the league. Catch the voluntary G. I know living life ain't free. That's why I've been balling out like the scouts be watching me. Yeah, you see I am a dog. I just might break your heart. You might catch me with your girl kicking it like my name Rod. I give it all I got till 4 zeros on the clock. Yeah, we only going all like the numbers on our draft stock. Pay no mind to the ops. They too soft like Barbies. I tell Jake Fromm to throw that bar. My God. watch me. Haters start talking before the season even start. Real G's be making moves when it's silent and it's dark. Working overtime, run them drills at 4 a.m. I know that grind. My potential got no limits. Do not see no borderlines. I can't stand to take a loss, but I know that going through it will make me into a boss. So I work hard, play hard, get a sack or two like J-Rock. One day we'll all be rich and all that work is gonna pay off. I love you, God. Thank you for keeping close when I fell far. So obsessed with winning, I forgot you played the biggest part. I know one day I'ma see you when I hit the stars, but until then, I'ma just go out and play some ball.
There ain't no promise of tomorrow, so we'll give it all we got today. We know this is more than just a game, so we ATD and sack the day, sack the day, sack the day, sack the day.
Yeah, I know just what you're saying, right? You need to stick to kicking, but hear me out on this one. Go ahead, close your mouth and listen. It's time to switch it up right now and get up full speed. We gon' move fast like our offense, they gon' score whenever we need. Gon' run the ball right down the field, you know that back is sack. Got Switch and Brian and Holyfield all ready to attack. Got really not a cup and don't forget about me, Cole. Man, with all these weapons that we got, all we gon' do is score. We'll run it, pass it, throw some tricks, and score by any means. We'll get that football in for 6 and kick the PAT. We bustin' out the savage pass, our D is coming for you. Got sights on set on ATL, then back to California. 2018 gon' be live, mark these words right now. Gon' be a season for the Bucks, now tell me how that sound. I'll spit my bars, my flows, my rhymes, and now the song is done. Our team, we going to the top to finish number 1. Blanco.